Hey, welcome back to the Big Rant Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, I want to bring you a story that's kind of an update to a story I brought you earlier this week. Do you remember the story about 4-year-old Jade DeLucia? You know, the 4-year-old girl who contracted influenza B and ended up blind after weeks of being unresponsive? Well, I told you in that story that I was not sure why she wasn't vaccinated or how it came about that she wasn't vaccinated. But part of it is I was wrong, and part of it is we need to have a bit of a discussion. Okay, now, 4-year-old Jade DeLucia contracted the flu just before Christmas. And I said I wasn't sure why she hadn't been vaccinated. Well, the fact is she was vaccinated. The problem is the timing. She was vaccinated back in March of 2019. And her parents thought, okay, she got the flu vaccine, she's good for the year. And the thing is, it's not the same vaccine every single time. It's not like the measles or the mumps or any of those, or tetanus even. The strains covered in the flu vaccine change every season because of the different flus that are around. You see, influenza is not just one or two different, viruses. There's a lot of different viruses that make up the flu. There are a number of different viruses that cause similar symptoms, some worse than others. But what happened was her parents thought she was good because she'd been vaccinated. I want to make it clear as kind of a public service is you need to be vaccinated every year. Roughly every fall, they put out a new set of vaccine to cover the ones that they're expecting to be big that year. So, say you get vaccinated in January or February because you were late from the year before, you're going to need to re-up later on that year when that new one comes out. Now, I know you may think, well, that's doubling up, but it's not. I know last year I didn't get mine until almost January, but I got my flu shot this year in October. Last year was the end of December when I got my flu shot because I was concerned, and the news had told me that it was possible that the flu was going to run late, and we didn't start seeing the flu around here real bad until after January. And so I waited, but as soon as this year came around, October, boom, I went and got my flu shot. So you've got to get it done again. If you do, just because you get it done in January, February, March, doesn't mean you don't need to get another one. It's not like the measles or something where it's the same vaccine every year or every few years whenever you get it done. And unfortunately, that information not being delivered via the news media and other sources to the parents, especially care providers, I don't understand how a doctor wouldn't have understood that this child needs to get vaccinated again. Why they wouldn't have told their parents when they left that office, come this fall, you need to get her revaccinated. But please, if you can, if you don't have a family history and you physically can, I suggest you get vaccinated. And if you can't vaccinate yourself or you don't want to vaccinate yourself, at least vaccinate your children. Because no child should have to go through life being blind because of the flu. Anyways, thank you for watching this update. Thank you for joining me here at the Big Rant Show. Got some big stuff coming up for you next week. I've got an endorsement in the 2020 Democratic primary. And check me out over on Patreon, because if you're a subscribed member over on Patreon, you will already know who we endorse here at the Big Rant Show. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you down the road.